Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to my Not Perfect Zen channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful, almost spring day here in the Houston, Texas area, and I've been playing with my flower bed and planting some things, and I have succulents, so I'm rearranging those a little bit. But with spring comes flowers, and that's the patterns that I've been looking at on tanglepatterns.com and Monotangle, and I just really love drawing those patterns. And here's our reminders: no mistakes, enjoy, and draw until happy, and my contact information, because I do love hearing from you. And please tag me with @BBL_tangles if you post your tiles on social media. All right, this week is Project Pack 26 for Zentangle. And they have been using Zendalas. And I thought that I would just go ahead and use one of my Zendalas today for this. And the pattern that I want to do is one that I found on Monotangle. And this is called Ganloo, Ganloo, by Maria Jose Torrado. And I'm probably not saying those right. She's a CZT. And just playing with it, there's like 4 different ways that you can, that I have seen that people do this pattern, because I like looking on Instagram and the Mosaic app. But I just love this pattern. It's just so cool. So what I thought I would do is, there are 4 different ways to do it. Let's see if we can get 4 of those on here. And maybe I'll just kind of, and this is just for me, I'm going to kind of divide this, so I'll keep my little tangles in each area, and then we'll see. Anyway, Zendala, okay, and I'm going to be using a Micron 01 black, a blending tool. This is a tortillion. I can't think today. Graphite pencil. Sorry about that. This is a graphite pencil. It's just a number 2 pencil. Whatever supplies you have, use those, okay? You don't have to use exactly what I have, okay? So this is the basic pattern. This one right here. Well, no, actually, this is one that has points on it. This is the basic pattern. And like I said, it's on Monotangle. And it starts, whoop, zoom in. Okay. We're going to start with making a 5-sided little, like a little star down here, okay? And then she kind of just very gently fills that in, okay? So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of cross hatching there. And then we're just going to aura this. Okay, and then coming off of each one of these, we're going to come up and almost make like a little flower here. Okay. Let me zoom in on that for a second so you can see. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And we're going to do that on each side. So you know, I think you could even do like a little orb there if this is difficult for you. Okay. Yeah, see, I did just a little orb on that one. And then the next thing we're going to do is these petals. And they go between these little things that we put there. So we're going to come up. And then we make kind of a rounded tip. And then come back around. And mine are not going to look perfectly symmetrical, and that's okay. So I'm aiming for about that point. Again, we're going to come up, make a little rounded tip, then come back around, and we're just going to keep going like that. Okay, just a little bit rounded. Come back around, and then we'll do one more. Okay, and then she comes off of this. It makes it look like the top of this has flipped over a little bit. Okay. Do that on each side. And you don't have to do that part. Okay. So now it looks like the very top has just curved a little bit. We're going to put a line inside each of these petals. Now, isn't that pretty? I just love this pattern. As you can see, I've been doing it a lot. And I was talking with one of my friends on Messenger, and you know, she said, well, I didn't realize you practice so much. Yes, before I do any kind of a video, I'm going to do a lot of practice. So there's the first ones that I did. And let's do, how about this one? So it starts the same. And we're just going to do that. It's 5 C's. Okay. And then I'm going to aura around this one. Okay. Remembering to turn your tile. Okay. Mine are always an odd shape, and that's okay. And then this is one that I saw on Instagram. So what I did was I put in the hashtag G. Let me make sure I've spelled this right. Yeah, I put hashtag in Instagram and then found some ideas. All right, and then do your little thing. I don't know what to call this. We'll call it a decoration. Do your little decoration. And then we're filling it in. Okay. And like I was saying, I always have to practice a lot before I do one of these videos. And I want to, you know, come up with ideas for things that you'll like. But mostly I want to find a tile that I enjoy drawing, because then I know I'll have fun sharing it with you. Okay, so there's our inside. And on this one, okay, they didn't put this little loop coming down, so that's going to be the difference. And again, our petals go between these. We're going to come up, make our little loop, come back around. So I'm curious if you're watching the project pack videos. I love watching the project packs. I did not purchase this one, but I do it usually with the supplies that I have on hand. Okay. All right. So again, we're just going to put some lines in here. Okay. Next, let's try this one. So this one has points on it. So again, we're going to start with our little star in the center. Just 5 little C curves coming around. That one didn't meet up right. Okay. We'll just make this a little bit thicker here. Remember, no mistakes. If you can't fix it, feature it. I love that saying. I didn't come up with that, but I love it. Okay, so we're going to do kind of like what we did here. This person did that. Put the little aura around it. Okay. And then our little feature. Okay. And let's just go ahead and put a few lines across here, like we did on that one. And then our petals are going to have points this time. So I'm going to go again between the little things. And then back down. Just take your time. And again, if this is your first time with this pattern, practice it on scrap paper or in a sketchbook. and then try it on a tile. Okay. And then again, we're just going to come off of here, make a little curve. And this will show up more when we shade it. Okay, now we'll put our lines going up the center of the petal. Okay. And now this one. And for this one, I am going to also use a graphic one. Okay, just made it easier for me. All right, so this one, we'll start with our little C curves. Okay, and then our little aura around it. All right, and then on this one, let's fill this in a little bit darker. Or you can, let's just fill it in all the way. I like it. Remember, this is your art. Do it till you're happy with it. And if you're not happy, if you don't like a pattern, and I promise you there are some patterns that I think, oh my, that's so cool. And I try it, and it just doesn't work out for me. And in that case, I just move on to find another pattern. Okay, so again, we're going to make the rounded tips on here. And that one's going to look kind of funny. It's okay. The trash truck is just going by, so I don't know if you're hearing that noise. I am grateful for them. Grateful for city workers. Okay. So again, we're going to put our lines. And then now I'm going to switch to the graphic one because it has a wider tip, and then you don't have to watch me try to fill this in. So I'm just going to come along what I did here and trace over it. And I suppose I could have just drawn this with the graphic one. Isn't that pretty? I just love adding that bold area. All right. So there we go. Ganloo 4 ways. And then she also has these little, I don't know, it reminds me of the thing that comes up from ferns that unfurls. I don't know what you call it, but we're going to put those on there now. And I'm just going to start from the center here. And it's very much like Muka. So I'm going to come behind this petal, pick up my pen, and then I'm going to come around and make almost an orb, but don't touch, and then come back down. Okay? And then we fill in this corner, and she puts an orb inside, and then just curves come around, however many you want to do. Okay? Let's do another one here. This one's going to come from behind. Again, it's very much like Muka. Put our little orb inside. You can have yours going any way you want. Okay, put our little thing inside. Not cool. And then we're going to have one come up this way. Go behind. Do your little orb, but don't touch. Come back around. Then I'm just going to have that touch there. Okay. I did not practice this. Just kind of got it in my mind. And I'm being brave to show you an unpracticed tile. Isn't that cool? What else? Well, these, okay, are supposed to have stems, but I think I'm not going to put the stem on here. Let's just do our shading and see what we think. Okay, so again, this is just a number 2 pencil. So if that's what you have on hand, you can use that. You don't have to have a Zentangle pencil. The only thing special is it's kind of like a golf pencil. There's no eraser because there's no mistakes. Let's go down and put graphite very lightly all around this inside part. Okay. This is when my hand sometimes does a weird kind of jerk, has a mind of its own, but it's okay. All right. I am going to put graphite next to each of these where it looks like it folded over, and also a little bit on each of these crease lines that we added. All right, now with the blending tool, I use this to keep it kind of pushed out. So it's a blending stump or tortillion, whichever you would like to call it. So I'm just going to come down here and soften all of this. And same here, just gently soften it around this center part. These are just little shadows. They're not meant to be perfect. Isn't that cool? All right, we're basically going to do the same thing on these. Okay, a little bit of graphite on each of these lines. I think I'm just going to put, why not, a little bit on each of these tips. Okay, and we'll go in and soften that. For this part that's very repetitive, you are welcome to speed it up or fast forward. I do not speed up my videos because I get very anxious when I try to watch videos that that are sped up. Anyway, I can't watch them. That's just me. Let's go ahead and just add some graphites to this little guy. And I probably have enough graphite to do it on this one, and I do. Okay. And with this extra space, you could put in there whatever you like, but don't be afraid to leave an area empty. It's okay. So I appreciate so many of you that ask me about my health. I am doing much better. Thank you very much. I've started exercising more. I'm getting over 4,000 steps a day, which for me is like, what? Really? I take my dog walking around my street twice a day. And again, I think, wow, are you really doing this? Because it's not something that I enjoy. And when I was so weak after my cancer treatment, I couldn't even imagine taking my dog around the block. And now I look forward to it, believe it or not. It gives me more energy. I remember watching a video where this lady was talking about, you know, how to keep cancer from coming back, and diet and exercise are the two most important things that I can do. I remember her saying that she told this lady she needed to work up to so many thousand steps. She said, in a month? No, in a day. Anyway, I'm doing better. Because, like she said, if you'll exercise when you don't have energy, it will actually help you have more energy. And that just kind of blows my mind. But it's true. Anyway, it's true for me. And I try not to make excuses. I have a quote on the front of my phone that says, "What is to be is up to me." So that was totally focused on, if I really want to overcome cancer, it's up to me. So I'm doing it. Wow, look at that. These could be pretty in different colors, like that. Cool. I am going to put just a little more shading around the edge of these. Then it looks a little bit more rounded. I like it. All right, feel free to add anything else that you want. I think I'm going to be brave. Again, on the back of your tile, make sure you put the name. Okay, and it's Ganloo by Maria Jose Torrado CZT. Sign your tile, date it, write something down, a journal entry if you want to. Add your chop. By the way, your chop can change. Mine has changed many times over the years. But I think this is my favorite because it has all my initials on there. All right. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. So, again, I do a lot of practice before I do a video. So, when I show you something, if it's not easy to do, then put it aside and come back and try later. Okay? No mistakes. Draw until you're happy. Enjoy it. All right. Thank you so much. I hope that you'll hit the like button, subscribe, leave comments, send me a copy of your tiles, send me emails. I love it. I love communicating with you. I love teaching you. I love this community of Zentangle, and I'm so grateful that you're following me. Come back again soon. Bye.